Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Mimi. I am a psychic medium. Welcome back if you are joining me again. I am going to be doing another reading. Now for this one, I'm going to be doing mostly channeling messages from, the woman who was passed on, as you guys can see by the title. I actually started doing this reading about 7 months ago, but the energy was so heavy and this young lady was so overwhelmed with grief that I had to stop the reading. Um, because at the end of the day, whether the soul is in spirit form or whether they're in physical form, um, their well-being, their peace comes first. So I told her, you know what, let's stop the reading. We can come back when you're ready, right? There is no rush for this. There's no rush to tell your story. We'll tell your story when the timing is right. So it's been about roughly to 8 months. I was sitting there today, sort of doing energy work, actually clearing out some energy, and she came up, and I was like, "Oh, do you want to?" Because I had a couple slots to do videos for you guys today, and she came up and she was like, she was ready to go ahead and try this again. So I was like, it would be my utmost honor to tell your story. So um, I'm just gonna go ahead and I've already called on her angels. She's already here. I'm just gonna bow my head for a second, just sort of call in and thank the angels and God's energy for the protection. And then I'm gonna get straight to it, and we're gonna have basically Sandra Bland tell us what she wants us to know. Okay. Okay. Now, when we were doing the reading about 7 months ago, when she first came in, she wanted to sort of talk about her purpose. She wanted to talk about why she was placed on this earth. That she was telling me that she was placed on this earth to fight against the victimization of certain groups of people who we all know have been, especially in the States, going through it. They've been shooting unarmed black people, and it's been going on for a while. And she was a really strong advocate. And as we sat down and we sort of just, it was more along the lines of her telling me rather than us speaking about it. She was just telling me that one of the biggest issues for her about her death, um, yes, she passed away. Yes, she lost her life at a young age. But that isn't the part that really angered her. The part that made her angry was she's saying that she was supposed to be helping victims. She wasn't supposed to. She's saying she wasn't supposed to go, the things weren't supposed to go through the path of the way they did. She was supposed to be here helping people, making sure that, what happened to her didn't happen to others. That's the part that angers her the most about her death, because she's saying this is still going on. I was supposed to be here physically fighting this. I was supposed to be here marching with you guys. I was supposed to be here helping put a stop to this. And basically, she was just explaining to me that that's the part that breaks her heart the most about her death. Now, the last time we were talking, we were basically, she was telling me all of this. She was taking me back to the day of her death. She was telling me about she was taking me back to the date of her death. She was showing me how they were booking her, how they were processing her into the system, how they were taking her. And basically that's where we got to. And she sort of like everything just froze. I couldn't see anymore. Like my eyes were blurry, and I could pick up on her energy that it was almost like somebody who was like she was holding her breath, like she couldn't breathe anymore. Like she didn't want to see, because, you know, one thing about it is a lot of people think that once you pass away, you automatically, you know, everything turns into, you know, rainbows and butterflies and all that. Um, you do, for the most part, go to heaven, right? That's not without a doubt, that's where she is. However, if you die with a certain heavy trauma, that trauma sort of gets ingrained into your soul and you have to heal from that. Okay. That's something that she's explaining to me now, that months ago when we wanted to do the reading, when I sat down to do the reading, um, there was a lot of healing that still needed to take place for her to actually be able to sit down, with me and give me the information without breaking down, because I couldn't understand, but I could just feel all the grief. Soon as we got to the moment of her death, like she couldn't see anymore, and I couldn't see anymore. I was like, what's going on? Like like my eyes were completely blurred, where everything sort of just, it felt like I was underwater. Like I couldn't see. Now, before I get any deeper into this story, I do have to sort of trigger warning, because it is very, very, very triggering. Um, it's very heartbreaking. So if you've been, you know, assaulted, like that type of assault, it's probably best that you know, stop watching here and sort of click off, because I don't want you to, you know, get triggered or put yourself in a mental state that's going to be harmful to you, right? Um, okay. So the first thing she wants me to do is she wants to acknowledge everybody who has done something, um, who has spoken up, who has gone to the protests. She's saying, even if you thought it wasn't going to do anything, even if you at some point thought that, you know, this is just a waste of time, she's saying you didn't just march for a certain individual. You didn't just march for this person who lost their life, that person who lost their life. She's saying you march for something so much bigger. She's saying on the other side, they could feel the energy shifting. Like literally, they could feel like the energy like shifting, like changing, completely transforming when you guys were doing that. Um, and she's thanking every single person who um, gave her a voice when hers was taken away. And she's saying my voice was taken away. Okay. She's saying without a doubt. And she's saying the part that angers her the most is, um, she's telling me that she is usually the strong one. She is the one who carries and lifts other people. She is the one that tells other people to toughen up, to do what you need to do, to fight this, to do this. And she, at the time of her death, and I'm and I, okay, at the time of her death, the reason why she couldn't face her death, the reason why she didn't want to go back to that moment to see and show me what happened, she's saying was because she felt like she wasn't being the strong person that she showed or told other people to be. Um, and I'm, and you guys, and I guess I should say this. Um, she's actually sitting down, um, and Breonna Taylor is actually comforting her right now. So I'm like, I'm trying everything I can not to break down and cry, because it's like I can feel the energy is so intense. As she's telling me to tell you guys her story, it's almost like she's sort of reliving it again, which in itself is hard. But she's also telling me that she's okay to do this now. Um, I'm pausing because she wants to point out her. Okay, this is what she's doing. She wants to talk about the people that did this to her, but she also doesn't even want to. I just need a minute, guys, y'all. Okay, okay, I'm okay. Okay, so she wants to point them out. She wants me to basically call them out for what they did. But she's at the same time in the energy of not even wanting to um, send any energy to them, to even like speak of them, because she's like, she's saying I didn't see it at the time because of what was done to me, but she's saying these people wanted my energy. That's what they wanted. They didn't just. She's saying they didn't just want her to be dead. She's saying they wanted to break her spirit before she passed away. They wanted to break her spirit, and they think they did. But she's here to tell the people who are responsible for her death, you didn't succeed. You didn't succeed. Okay? Because what she's showing me is, again, she's taking me back to the processing, and I kind of feel like we're trying to. Okay. She's taking me back to the moment of processing, and she's showing me them booking her. She's showing me them, checking her, speaking to her any kind of way, and she's telling me she's talking to them right back. She's giving it right back to them because, she's letting them know she's a human being and they will treat her as such. So right off the bat, there's this energy of almost like she's showing me this energy of, and I hate to use this example, but this is how she's showing it to me. She's showing me like the energy of someone who's basically carrying on like, I'm going to break you. You're going to do what I want, or I'm going to break you. And she's saying that she is somebody that she considered herself a woman of immense strength. Like, you weren't going to break her spirit. You weren't going to break her. You weren't going to tell her what to do. And as a result, she's saying she lost her life because of that. She's telling me, this is why they killed me. This is why they killed me, because they couldn't break me the way they thought they wanted to break me. She's telling me, okay, I'm blanking out, and I know the reason why I'm blanking out. She's showing me a certain type of assault that happened, and she's telling me a few times she was assaulted, and this was to. She's telling me they were trying to get her to fall in line. And the thing with that is, she's telling me once certain lines are crossed, once a certain point of no return has been crossed, and she's telling me which it did, there was no way she was going to walk out of that facility alive. There was no way, because they knew they couldn't tell her to be quiet. They knew they couldn't shut her up. She's pointing at three people. She's pointing at the man who actually took her in. That's the one who pulled her over. That's on the video, right? She's pointing at a woman whose hair is tied back. Now I don't know if she's an actual, she is an officer, obviously, but I don't know if she would be considered a guard or an actual, but she's saying this person witnessed, she said this woman, as a woman, sat there and watched them do what they did to her, knowing she could have intervened, knowing she could have stopped. Not even, she's saying, not even making it a color thing. She's saying, as another woman, you sat there and you watched and you assisted. And she's saying, shame on you. Shame on you. I'm getting chills. Okay. I don't want to go into the details of what they did to her because it's pretty graphic. But yeah. She is saying what they thought they were going to do, which was to shut her up. They didn't get to shut her up. They didn't get to shut her up. They're saying, she's still working on the other side. She's saying, if anything, they made her even more powerful. They made her stand in her own energy. She is actually, okay. The thing about her though, because she's showing me how, because they do work on the other side, guys. They don't just sort of transition and sort of let go, especially if they didn't get a chance, or if they feel they didn't get a chance to complete their purpose here, they'll still work on it on the other side. She's telling me that she has been consistently, and she is saying consistently, working on the other side, and she's telling me this. She's saying to make sure that their energy on the other side influences change. Now she's saying, she's showing, okay, she's showing me the current president. She's showing me like meetings going through. And if you guys don't know this, like spirits can influence things. Spirit can sit there and tell you something and you're like, well, where did that come from? But that energy can be instilled in you. You can be prompted to do something. They can send certain people your way. And she's telling me she's been working on the other side to get, she's calling it swift justice. And she's saying swift change because she's saying enough is enough. It has been going on too long. And it's time for something to happen now. Not eventually, not the trickle effect. She's saying now. So you guys, okay, she's telling me right now there's an energy of them trying to push forward for a certain law that's going to change. And she's telling me that apparently on a federal thing, they don't feel like they're going to get the rapid change they're looking for. So she's showing me what they're doing. They're basically moving from state to state to state to get the energy to where it can effectively have change occur. And she's showing me Kansas. So I don't know what's about to happen in Kansas or what law, but she's showing me Kansas. That's what they're focusing on right now, right at this moment. But then she's saying that's how they're going to be moving about it, going from state to state to state, influencing the right people, putting in the right energy forth to effectively get the change and the justice that needs to, you know, be served, is what she's saying, to get the fairness. I like something else. Get that. It's the death card. She's just saying again, 3 people. 2 men, 1 woman. The woman has, her hair is tied back. It looks like it's dirtyish blonde. One man is a little bit thinner. The other one has he's heavier, but not really. It's more of a belly. She's showing me. Okay, she's saying that they attacked her. like she's saying relentlessly, multiple times in there. Okay. Um, um, and the Lover's card sort of came up in reverse. This is basically her again confirming what she showed me, that it's that type of assault. She does want to point out though that she has done a lot of healing. She's saying for months. There was this energy of shame that they transferred onto her before her life was taken. And she had to heal from that. She had to heal from that. In order to be able to even like energetically move on from this earth. So she's saying she was stuck here for a while, but she's no longer stuck here. She's no longer anchored here. She does appreciate everything that everyone did to make sure that she wasn't another forgotten name, because she has like a big group behind her now. She's saying there's so many people who not only didn't get justice, who similar things happened to, who were quickly forgotten, never mentioned. And she's thanking you all for anchoring her on and pushing her forward. Okay. I feel like 7 months from now, she's saying 7 months from now, you're going to be hearing about another case in that same area from the same people that did the same thing to her. And she's saying she's doing everything she can, because on the other side, they can sort of see a little bit of how it can go through, because people still have free will here, meaning it can still be changed. However, she's showing me that to pay attention to that area, that specific area, that specific department. She's saying 7 months from now, they're going to try to not push, but actually they're going to try to push for sweeping something else under the rug, something similar. She's saying this is not the first time they've done this. She said this is the first time it got put out there to this grand scale. Okay. She's not telling me. Also, she's saying, she's bringing up like the video. I don't know if there was video footage or picture footage of how she was found. She's saying that was heavily manipulated, heavily edited. She's using the word staged. It was staged. She's saying she was already dead for 30 minutes before they staged it to make it look the way it did. 30 minutes. She's saying it had been a little bit over 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes is what she's telling me. Okay, she's saying for 30 minutes they sat there trying to figure out how to spin the story. How to lie, how to fabricate, how to create a narrative that they wanted to push for. Now, she is telling me that she was blindsided. She knew that, the system was corrupt up to a point, but she didn't know what she was walking into, right? She didn't know what she was walking into. Is there someone she knows that was taken into custody, that had an ID? Someone was taken into custody that she knows. Someone went to jail. She's pointing at a woman that went to jail, and she's saying that this woman went through something similar, but she made it out alive. I don't know who this is. Okay. Yeah, this woman was just silent about it. Like, this woman, they knew they could keep silent. But she wouldn't keep silence. She wouldn't be silenced. There is one thing she wants to say, and she's referring to the conversation that they were having with her. It's not even a conversation. It's more like the horrible things they were saying to her. I don't know if she's making me feel like the mention of God was brought up. Like something along the lines of alluding she wouldn't be with God. If she transitioned, she wouldn't. She's saying she's sitting with God. She is God's child. She is with God. So she's saying they were wrong. She wants them to know that they were wrong. Anything else? Will there be justice? I hate to say this, but I feel like there's gonna be a like really, really close story to hers. Another woman, a younger woman. And I feel horrible saying this, but it feels like it's going to happen to one more person before something is done. It just feels like it's not going to be, she's not going to get justice. She's telling me she's going to get justice, unfortunately through another woman, this happening to another woman. And she's showing me a younger woman. All right, so now she's bringing this energy up. She's saying she wants to thank you guys for always bringing her name up, for making sure she's remembered, making sure she's not forgotten. But she wants you guys to do this. Whenever you speak of victims of, racial injustice, victims who have been assaulted and killed, or anything along the low vibrational lines, she wants you guys to not just mention them, but she wants you to also pray for them. She wants you guys to know that when you do pray for them, it raises them up. It raises them up. And not just she's showing me like energetically. She's showing me like a floating person, like someone floating up in the heavens. It raises them up even higher. It brings them even closer to God when you pray for them. So she understands that some of this stuff can be heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, triggering, but she's saying, and thank you guys for, putting that anger out there, because it does put fire underneath, stagnancy and action not being taken place. But she wants you guys to continue to pray for these victims and also pray for their families. Okay. Anything else, Sandra? Something about a name. It's just the same thing. She's basically saying when you speak their name, make sure you're praying for them also, and not anchoring them down to the energy of what happened to them, not reducing them to what happened to them. She's saying by praying for them, you sort of lift them up. You actually also help them heal, is what she's telling me. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, because this video, roughly 30. Sorry guys, the camera cut off, but yeah guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys on the next video. All of my information, because I get asked about this a lot, is in the description box if you guys need to contact me, if you guys need to book a reading. Thank you guys for sharing these videos, for liking them. Thank you for your comments. Please continue to comment who you want me to do readings on, and I will be more than happy and to open myself up to it. Please remember, if they are people who have passed on, they have to be willing to come forward. I cannot summon the dead, right? So Thank you guys so much again. I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I will catch you on the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.